Okay, this is exercise 6, and we're kind of playing with calculations now. So contribution margin is blank in yours, and pre-tax is blank in yours. So how do we get the contribution margin? I subtract the variable costs from the sales, and that will give me the CM for the full sales numbers. And then I have fixed cost of 324. I subtract that from the 432. That gives me a pre-tax income of 108,000. So now we're going to switch things up, and instead of 225, it's going to be 240. I'm going to say change that sales price and see how it changes things. Well, first up, we have a higher contribution margin now, so that should mean we need less parts, but we'll find out. What's my CM do? I think it goes from 20% to 25%, which is a good sign. If I take my fixed cost divided by the contribution margin, my break-even points are now, or units are now 5,400 instead of 7,200, and that means my break-even sales will probably be lower than the original of, I think it was 1.62 million in that case. So you can see, just playing around with the numbers now, you can get a good idea of how you can manipulate and maybe increase profits. This is tab 7. Tab 7 is looking at, again, calculations. What's the contribution margin here? Well, you don't have sales, but you know if you take pre-tax and fixed and add them together, that will give you your contribution margin. If I take the contribution margin and add the 390 in variable costs, that will give me the sales. So I know I have $975,000 worth of sales, and I will have a pre-tax income of 155. And now, what's my break even? Or what's my expected units to be sold for the next period? Sorry about that. I have 975 in sales. I have contribution margin of 9. If I divide that into sales, I come up with 108,033 units to be sold. And finally, the big one, and I will let you finish this off, but I will tell you, selling price times expected sales comes right here at 500,000. These numbers are going to get plugged right over here and should total 140,000. You're going to subtract that 140 from that 500,000 to get 360. You're going to take the rest of these costs, put them here, and add them up. They should come to 225. You are then going to subtract the 225 from the 360 to get the pre-tax income. Multiply that times the tax rate to get your taxes, and then subtract that from the pre-tax income to get your net income of 102,250. And that concludes the homework.